Libras, welcome to Ascending Spiritually. My name is Dee. This is going to be a timeless reading. I did promise you guys a bonus reading for the month. So we're going to take a look and see where the energies are aligning, what you guys can expect. So this may not resonate right now for a lot of you. So take what resonates and toss what doesn't. I could be picking up on not only your energy or anybody that's surrounding you. If you want something tailored specifically for you, you can either go to ascendingspiritually.com or click the link in the description box below. So let's see what's going on with my Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Knight of Wands. Seven of Wands. The Magician. Knight of Cups. Four of Wands. Two of Cups. Queen of Wands. And Six of Swords. Okay, so I see two different storylines here. For one of you, there's someone that's currently leaving your life. This could be a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sag. Doesn't have to be. But this was someone who was inconsistent in your life. They came around just for a good time. But anytime, it was time to get down to business or really commit, this was someone that had either commitment issues or they just, had no intentions of sticking around. They wanted something casual, maybe something sexual. Really just depends. Some of you may have a choice between two different individuals. I do see another Knight of Cups. This is someone who would be entering your life or someone who's more capable of giving you what it is that you're seeking when it comes to love. As you can see, when it comes to these two people, one of them is just about passion and drive and, chemistry, while the other has a cup of love to offer you. This could be a person who has water placements in their chart. They don't have to, but this is an individual that has something valuable to offer you. This could even be in the form of an apology. They're coming in their white horse, and they're going to have a story to plead to you or some type of offer, and you're going to have a choice of whether you want to accept this or not. This person from the past that you've been dealing with for quite some time, I feel like they're not quite done with you because of the fact that you guys had something stable or some type of foundation. A select few of you could be dealing with a twin flame or someone that you have a very deep spiritual telepathic connection with. Whoever this person is, you could have had an established foundation, some sort of stability, or even just a full-blown relationship, but that didn't end up working out. It seems like this person who was in and out and inconsistent, they still see you as someone who's very stable or someone that they can have marriage or a foundation with, but that doesn't mean that they're ready to change their ways, because this was someone that could not commit in the past. They may have had multiple people involved. Some of you were in some type of third-party situation where there was another woman or man involved in your dynamic, and that's kind of what led to the breakdown of the relationship. With the Seven of Wands, you have to make a choice of whether you're going to fight for this situation or give up. Majority of you have given up and decided, to go after things that actually serve you better than the people that you were investing in the past. You're looking for a connection that is deep. Two of Cups is, something that starts off from a friendship stage and ends up growing. So this would be a relationship that has a firmer foundation as opposed to something that you just kind of jump in quickly without thinking straight. Two of Cups is the energy of someone who wants to have that bond. They want to have that friendship with you before anything even moves to another level. And I have a feeling it's this Knight of Cups. This person is deeply interested in you. I feel like they may have been holding back their feelings for quite some time. This could have been someone that had the King of Swords energy, someone who was in the past emotionally unavailable, or they were not ready to engage with you in the way that you would like. I feel like this is the reason why there's an apology coming in for some of you, while the others, this is an offer of a relationship or just something more stable. I feel like a lot of my Libras are going to be getting engaged at some point in 2020. With quarantine, that has kind of thrown things off a bit as far as schedules. But the people that have deep emotions for you are willing to commit, and they're willing to actually step up to the plate, which they were not willing to do in the past. So I feel like quarantine has had people really think about where they want to invest their time, who they want to spend their time with, because if you're stuck with somebody that you have no intentions of wanting to be around, it's going to change some perspectives for you, especially if there was some sort of distance. With quarantine, you not being able to see this person as often as you'd like, and vice versa, has definitely affected the relationship. It's brought you guys closer through the separation. I feel like my Libras are doing some type of manifestation or law of attraction. Right now is the time for you to be focusing on the things that you want, focusing on your future, your goals, where you see yourself being. This is you using visualization as well as feeling your way into wherever it is that you'd like to be in. That's kind of like the key to manifesting, is first focusing on it, visualizing what it is that you want to see, and then letting it go and trusting that the universe will meet you halfway when it comes to you producing whatever result that you want when it comes to your life. Ooh, that fell out. So yeah, be careful with manipulation. Someone may try to come in and manipulate you. Be sure not to fall for the same tricks. You will see those red flags if someone does try to come in and engage in this deceptive behavior. Just be sure not to fall for it, because my Libras are people that, you know, are highly attractive, and you attract different partners. So if you have options, look at the long term and look at what's going to make you happy over, you know, just something casual from what I'm seeing, or depending on what it is that you're looking for. Queen of Wands is here. Your inner energy, you are in the energy of, you know, being someone who's creative, driven, sexy. You know exactly what it is that you want and you're going towards it. But I feel like your back is turned because there's something that's affecting you at this time. Something about your manifestation did not go the way that you expected. It could have brought on feelings of disappointment or regret, but just know everything is going to work out. It may not be in the way that you pictured it, but the end goal, I feel, will be reached in one way or another. Six of Swords means that some of you may have to move physically, but Six of Swords is you moving to a calmer place emotionally and mentally, because whatever you've been dealing with for the first half of 2020 has been pretty turbulent. A lot of things, I feel, as far as emotional disappointments or just people not meeting the expectations that you have. What you can do in the future is try to, you know, go with the flow and not have expectations when it comes to people, because that's how you get disappointed. It's hard to get disappointed if you weren't, you know, really expecting anything to begin with. And someone wants to help you move to a calmer place. It is this Knight of Cups. But I feel like the individual from the past has no intentions of leaving your life. If anything, they are holding on to you tightly, and they kind of sense that someone else is on their way in, which is also what's leading them back to you in some sort of way. Let's get another deck. That way we can get a deeper understanding of what's going on. I also would say be careful with pregnancy, because I do see Ace of Cups energy here, which is fertility. And if you're not trying to get pregnant, you know, hopefully you're taking the proper precautions. If not, I feel like pregnancy could be a possibility as well. So let's see. Why is the Knight of Wands here? The Hermit. So this person that was inconsistent in the past, I feel they had to go through some type of soul searching stage. They could have Virgo placement somewhere in their chart. And after the soul searching that they've gone through, it's been this kind of like isolating, lonely journey. And they figured out that, you know, you're the person that gives them stability. You're the person that gives them the happiness, the healing, the foundation. But if the relationship has already ended, this might be someone that came to that conclusion a little bit too late. So it's going to be your decision about whether you take this person back or not. I feel like there is unfinished business. Someone in the past was refusing to let go of a connection or refusing to change. This could have been you holding on to things that no longer serve you, which was also somehow slowing down your transformation. But overall, I don't see you having, you know, any major issues. You are someone who's very stable, especially financially. If you're not financially stable, it's like there's just minor mishaps and tweaks that could be done to get you to a place of where you want to be. But overall, you are either husband or wife material, depending on if you're male or female. And you have a lot to offer. You're a queen status, which means you've gotten to a period or time of where you know yourself, and you are dealing with knights. So you have to keep in mind that the individuals that may be offering you something, either it's, you know, an immature offer, or they're not quite at your level yet. So keep in mind when you have expectations from people that are not, you know, quite on the same level as you spiritually and emotionally. With the Two of Pentacles, some of you may be having financial issues or just issues budgeting in general. Some of you are trying to make a choice between two different things and you haven't quite made a final decision yet. You still are in that juggling energy, and with the Two of Pentacles, you will have to make a final decision because of the fact that, you know, you can't keep up this charade for long. It's going to continue making you imbalanced internally. On the outside, you look like you have everything together. If anybody was to look at you, you know, they wouldn't even know something was wrong. But on the inside, it's like you're not 100% content, and emotionally, you could, you know, be at a place where there's an element of sadness or, you know, just not having what it is that you want. That's only temporary because you are manifesting, so it's only a matter of time before what you want comes in. With the Queen of Wands showing up twice, I feel like this person from the past that's coming back in, or it could be a new individual. It really just depends on your situation. the person that's going to have the most to offer you emotionally, and when it comes to matters of the heart, they could be dealing with somebody on their end, or they may have just released an individual that was inconsistent in their life. So it's kind of like you both are mirroring each other. This person that wants to come in with stability was dealing with somebody that was inconsistent. Meanwhile, the person that was inconsistent in your life in the past, you know, you're now trying to go towards somebody that is actually stable, or you view them as being stable in some sort of way. I feel like there is an angry ex attached to this new offer that wants this person back, but this relationship has ended. They are kind of in denial about the whole situation, and I feel like there may be another third party dynamic. Not on your end, it's on this Knight of Cups' end. The person that's going to come in soon to give you some type of apology or stable offer. There's someone chasing after them, and this person needs to kind of get it together and figure out the fact that they're no longer wanted in this equation. That sounds pretty harsh, but that's just how I'm seeing it. Especially if someone lets you know that they don't want you anymore and you continue to push it, then that's just an issue of self-worth that needs to be dealt with. So with the Four of Wands, let's see, why is that here? Because of the Nine of Swords, you're going to be feeling stressed out, maybe even, or anxiety when it comes to something having to do with your home life. This could be the energy of you wanting marriage, and because, you know, some of you are single or you're not where it is that you want to be, it's something that causes you a lot of anxiety and stress. Don't worry about it. It's going to work out in the end. Right now, it's just time for you to focus on yourself and your finances and healing from the things that have hurt you in the past. That way, when this new person comes in, you're not carrying any baggage from this old relationship into this new dynamic that could possibly grow if you decide to choose to. Why is the Three of Wands in reverse here? I feel like a lot of my Libras are having issues being patient. Three of Wands is the energy of waiting, but if it's reversed, it's like you're having a hard time waiting for that partnership that you know that you deserve. It's only a matter of time before it comes in. And with the Star, you are someone that's meant for greatness. You're meant to be in the limelight. Some of you could have YouTube channels, or, you know, you have a large social media platform. You're just in a position of where people can see you, or they're watching you. This could be something as simple as like public speaking roles. It really depends, but you would excel in an area where you're being watched. That may not resonate with everybody, but that's just kind of like a pointer for a select few of my Libras. And with the Three of Cups, be careful with third party dynamics. So if in the past there was somebody that was, you know, juggling between you and somebody else, you need to make sure that they've dealt with that situation first before you accept any type of, you know, offer from them. I feel like it's this Knight of Cups. In the past, they could have, you know, engaged in some type of dynamic where they were juggling you. They didn't know if they wanted to commit to you 100%. This person has made their decision. That's why they're coming in with this cup. This cup has an offer, but in the past, this tells me that, you know, they could have exhibited some type of behavior of narcissistic tendencies or just not giving to you. I feel like you could have poured your heart to this person, and maybe it wasn't reciprocated either because their heart chakra wasn't open. You know, they weren't at a place of where they were ready to receive it. But because of quarantine, this person has marinated in their thoughts and they've really had time to go within. I feel like both of these individuals have gone within, but only one of them has what it takes to offer you what you're looking for. So be careful with controlling issues. I feel like you have a tendency to be impatient when things don't go the way that you expect. But, you know, that's just life. Things are not going to go the way that you expect. Just have faith that in the end, it's all going to work out. Let's get you some oracle cards to close you out. Kindness, give back. Okay, so my Libra should work on giving back right now and replenishing yourself when it comes to sleep or doing things that help you revitalize your energy, whether this is eating right, exercising, getting some rest, because there's issues right now with self-care and self-love. Whatever this is, you know, you may know what it is, but with kindness, just work on being kind. I'm a Libra myself. I have a tendency of lashing out, especially, you know, when I'm carrying a lot of weight or baggage, and sometimes I, you know, take it out on people that don't deserve it. But if you do end up doing something that hurts somebody's feelings, you know, just take accountability and apologize, and know that you're not perfect, so you're not going to do everything the way that you should 100% of the time, but just remember to be kind and respectful in the end, and you won't end up hurting yourself, because words are sometimes double-edged swords. It's like whatever you tell somebody can in turn end up hurting you if you don't make the right decisions. Give back to people that you care about and love, even strangers. Giving back in the form of, you know, kindness, love, compassion, sometimes even money if you have to spare. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far. Let me get you 3 more cards. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, 6 of Wands, Page of Swords. So you're going to have a hard time with people aligning with you or people working with you as a team. You could be feeling as if the world is kind of working against you at this time. I feel like it's meant to be that way so you can find a way to find solutions in difficult situations. Be careful with how you communicate with others and work on your inner childhood wounds. That will help things progress. But overall, you have the 6 of Wands, so you end with victory, success, recognition. It's like no matter what kind of obstacles you're going through right now, you're going to get to the end goal and you will get that recognition that you seek. That's the end of your reading. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.